Hey Cancers, welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. I know that like astrologically speaking, today was supposed to kind of like something was supposed to happen for Cancer risings. And it totally did. I got a flat tire that like I was leaving work to go get my oil changed. Went outside, had a flat tire. It was like a whole ordeal. Thankfully, Evan rolled up and filled my tire up with air. I made it to the place. They're gonna have to patch it, so it's gonna be a few days, but I hope that y'all are being safe out there and all good things for us. I was like, okay, if this was as bad as this is like the best case scenario bad, right? Hoping that for all of us. Cancers. We have the Castle in the Mountain, the Mentor, the Heart, the Starborn, and the Desert. Well, I mean, I feel like the idea of the castle is obviously that like destination stagnation. The desert is just kind of like feeling like it's just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And the mountain is the idea of like a journey, and you can take the journey in the outside of the mountain, but when you do that, you entirely miss like all of the value within. And I kind of feel like this sense of like being really confined in a way that forced you to go within. Because it's like everywhere you look, you're like, God, like, oh, I have one more motherfucker think that he's going to show up and take over my life and tell me what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like, this cannot be real, whether it's work environments or relationships or friendships. You know what I mean? I just feel like we keep getting put in this box thinking, okay, this is going to be great. Okay, this is going to be great, to the point where it's like, okay, well, maybe I need to be the great. You know what I mean? Because all of these greats are just a whole lot of mirages, It's like a whole lot of and I think forcing us to really go internally and discover our own value, because we accept less than we think we deserve, or less than what we deserve when we accept what we think we deserve. And we don't really know how much we actually deserve until we take the time to really know our value, know our worth, because Cancers, we are nurturing and we are, like attentive, and we do love. We love our friends. We love our family. We love our community. You know what I mean? And we tend to the people in our lives. And if you're constantly dealing with people who are fighting you tooth and nail, you are never able to engage in the good side of yourself, because you are scuttering to the side constantly, like, woo, got to get out of this one. Woo, got to get out of this one. And I like dodged that one like a bullet, like I just feel like this, just like constantly dodging people who, end up being, like, this is confining. This leaves me with some illusion of what, like, some false grandeur that just dissipates at the touch. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, but again, I just want to say, like, that does fall back on us for allowing that type of energy into our space, for thinking that, like, we can love people into loving us, or, you know what I mean? Like, whatever the motivation is, like, it doesn't work out well. And so it's like, stand in your power, Cancer, like, honor who you are and honor the value that you bring. And that's when you're really going to like be able to rise up in the love that you have, the Mentor, I don't know. I want to do clarifiers, because I feel like I've already said a bunch, and yeah. Ace of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, King of Wands, the Hermit, the Page of Pentacles, the Chariot. Well, yes, again, because that spending time, like, figuring it out, like I gotta go mining for some value. Thank you. And I feel like we've been in that energy, of trying to understand our value, because people will do their best to, like, box us up and ship us in one direction or another, you know. And I know, like, as women oftentimes, and men too, you know, because I do know some Cancer men who, like, there's something about us that, like, is very traditional, right? And we don't live in it. Well, I guess it depends on what part of the country you live in, but I'm sure for the people watching me, you know, we don't live in a society that that is like, there's such a, like, a buck against tradition, if you will, that when you exist in kind of like a naturally traditional energy, you know, like, it's not always, you feel like, well, you got to be pushed this way, you got to be pushed that way. I mean, I was in love with this guy, and he would, like, insisted that he had to have like 2 girlfriends at all times. And it wasn't even because he really liked anyone. He just wanted to be able to have the option to do it. And I would, like, that killed my Leo Venus and my Cancer rising. And you know what I mean? I was just like, and my Scorpio Mars, like, I couldn't do it, you know? But I feel like, you know, again, there's just been this idea of, like, thinking, well, maybe this, well, maybe that, well, maybe this. But then when you go to, like, to try and fit, you just don't feel like you fit for whatever reason. It's like something about just, like, the nature of you doesn't go through that energy portal well, you know what I mean? And so you have to just kind of scuttle off and be like, okay, well, you know, like that's not going to work. But you needed to get to a place where you weren't asking for it to work. You were just making sure that it did, you know. You were making the moves because you knew that that move that was being offered to you was a big fat hell no. The Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Wands. I mean, this is just opportunity, movement, action, healing, a new relationship, Cancers. I love all of this. You know, I think that, like, we're moving, we're releasing these hindrances that we're coming into, these boxes that we're keep getting stuck in. You know, we're understanding our value, we're understanding what it is that we bring to the table, that is really allowing for us to, like, step forward, step out. You know, we are presenting Cancer. Okay, I love y'all. The Two of Swords, Page of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Fairy Stallion. That's fun. That's the Chariot 2 times. And a whole lot of Cancer energy. I think that you're making a decision, you know. I don't know if this is like the final shuffle or what, but I feel like there's just kind of, I feel like there's an offer being made, or you're making an offer, take it however it resonates, but, you know, something being made that's like, this is the value that I offer, and this is the value that I am willing to exchange. You know what I mean? And if it's not, and if you're trying to shortchange me here or move me around in some direction, I don't want to go there. You know what I mean? Like, skirt, skirt, scuttle, scuttle. I'm making moves in the right direction for me. And I think that this direction is a direction that is very healing. I think it offers you a sense of home, which, Cancers, let's be honest, we love home. We're homebodies, you know? And so I feel like there's just this sense of bringing healing to your idea of what home is. You know, I think that that's very important for us. And I know this past year has not been easy for us. And I don't know, I mean, I was living in my car for like 6 months out of this year. You know what I mean? Like, it was a rough year. And I'm finally, like, starting to feel settled in a place and trying to wrap my idea around the fact that, like, this is not going to just disappear. You know what I mean? And that's hard. And I feel like it's been hard, but, like, also we've been working our asses off trying to be the best version of ourselves so that we can stand up and we can move, you know what I mean? So that we can breathe, so that we don't just keep having to feel like, what the fuck? And like, people just want to put personalities on us because of these traditional characteristic traits that we hold. But, like, that is not the entirety of who we are as individuals, right? And I just feel like this breaking away and this massive movement forward that feels like it's healing your sense of home. And it's opening the doors for new opportunity that is enabling you to just move forward in a big way. Cancers, I love it. The Moon, Temperance, the Magician. Okay, majors. The Fool. Okay, what? Let me see here. I gotta reach over. And the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, all majors. Okay, well, the Moon card, because us. Luck is turning around, forward movement that, again, it just feels like this sense of like, yes. You know, I feel like it was one of the Cancer reads, but it was just this idea of like, everybody always wanting to tell us like, this is how you have to do it. This is how you have to do it. This is how you have to do it. And it's like, but this is like what I do naturally. So maybe you could just like, let me tell you how I think it should go. And I feel like there is this sense of like, I get to say how it goes. I'm in a point in time in my life where I have released all of that and I am moving forward and I'm standing in balance and finally working my magic, because I just feel like there have been some motherfuckers trying to block you left and right, like, but their petty ass little witch spells can't touch you. Not when you have like the power of spirit, not when you fuck with a higher level of magic, you know. But part of that is patience, because people want instant gratification. That's why you have like all these little, you know, and no shame, you know, like if you're into it and that's how you get into it, great. I hope that you move past that. But it's kind of those like low level like spells that people will cast and you're like, okay, well, yeah, I mean, magic is real, but like also like your spell is about as strong as it required like skill, you know what I mean? So like they're easily broken spells. So don't, you know what I mean? Like you can break a spell just by speaking over that. If you acknowledge that spell is immediately broken. It doesn't have power over you. You don't have to pay somebody to create something for you. If it makes you happy, if it makes it more fun, by all means, do the damn thing, but it's not required. And if you are legit feeling like you're getting blocked by people's petty bullshit spells, just start speaking on them left and right and left and right, and those things will just out of the water. Right, this is my house, bitch. The Pilgrim was on the last read too, which is a journey, and I really do think that you guys are like, I think we are going places. We are doing things, and we are stepping into communities and environments where it feels like home, and it feels safe, and it feels like we can finally stand in our power, and we can finally engage in our magic, you know, because we are magic too. And I fucking love this read, Cancers. I thank you all so much for spending some time with me. If this video does resonate, please give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.